What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Riding Dad channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Either way, very glad to have you. Apparently, I have some sort of mental issue because we're changing the exhaust once again 4 times in about a year. Let's roll the intro. I'll explain why.
Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a
All right, so I went with the new one. You probably saw the thumbnail. I went with the Jackpot RTX Riot 2-in-1. I went with the stainless finish. I like stainless now after having black one time on this bike. I will probably never do a black on any other bike really ever again. Either probably stainless or chrome are the only two I'll ever do. So here's why. I love this Fab 28 setup. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it looks. I love that nobody else really has it. It's a Fab 28, but like if you guys saw it, it's a Fab 28 and FXR Division collaboration edition. So, and now especially with everything that was going on with Fab 28 kind of took a time out. Now they're back. They're starting production again, but they're streamlining it and they're making, I don't know if you guys have seen, but they're stating that they're going to make like the most common stuff and kind of just have them like more in stock, kind of different than a lot of other exhaust manufacturers are doing, where they're taking all of this money and then making it per order. They're only going to sell once they already have stuff in stock, which is pretty cool. The reason, so that makes this even probably more limited edition. Who knows if this exhaust will even be available ever again in the future. There might only be, a couple hundred or whatever floating around. Yes, before you guys ask, this exhaust is already spoken for. It's insane how fast some people wanted this already. I was talking to someone on Instagram explaining why I was, making a switch or whatever, what I just bought, and they were like, yeah, if you're going to sell it, I want it. I was like, all right, if I'm probably going to sell it, let me just get the new exhaust on first, and if I do, 100% it's yours. So before you ask, it's spoken for. So yeah, why would I be switching it, right? I just took a Taylor Dragon trip. You guys should have seen that video or those videos. Being on the bike for 45, 50 minutes tops at a time, and then stopping around town in Florida, this doesn't really bother me. Being on the bike for 2-3 hours, stopping for 20, 30 minutes or an hour, and then being on the bike for another 2 or 3 hours, and then another 2 or 3, totaling up to 8 to 12 hours a day. This exhaust is so loud. And you guys might be making fun of me. Oh, he can't take it, it's just so loud, whatever, what a little girl, baby little girl. I have an Arai helmet, which is one of the quieter helmets. I use earplugs. I use the Eargasm earplugs in the configuration to cut down the lowest decibels. Even using the foam earplugs that have like a really high decibel rating. The ringing in my ears was really bad. I'm trying to hold on to my hearing. Music stuff is important to me, family. I don't want to be like my dad who doesn't hear like anything, or almost any other old person that you've ever met. I don't want to be like that when I grow up. I want to be able to, when I get older, I want to be able to hear everything. I don't want my kids to have to repeat a million things. I want to be able to hear whispers. So I can talk about people behind their back. I'm just kidding. But no, I don't want to lose my hearing that much. And yes, I don't live at the Taylor Dragon. I don't take 12-hour trips all the time. But this bike, I'm setting it up to be a bagger type bike for really long travels, and also, converting into an around town bikes with my leather pros and everything. So I'm trying to fix that and make everything 100% good. So, and I'm an impulsive buyer. So the Jackpot, the reason I went with the Jackpot, one, Fuel Moto is known for really good performance stuff. They claim really good numbers on this. So I'm hoping that it's going to be the same, if not better performance. And then the big reason is everybody I've ever talked to that's had one, I've read countless forum things. I've talked to people, everybody says that this exhaust is one of the quietest exhausts that they've had while on idling or like just solid RPMs going down the highway. It gets loud. Obviously, I have a cam in this bike, so it's going to be twice as loud normally. But everybody said this is a quiet design by nature. So I'm really fingers crossed for it. And there will be sound clips at the end of this video. So yes, I promise there's sound clips. So what I already did out of camera was I took my foot controls off on the right side. Obviously, we're not even talking about the left side. And then I took the right side cover off to access the O2 sensors, unplug the rear O2 sensor, unplug the front O2 sensor, and now we're left with this. So what we're gonna do is take off the head bolts, undo the canister, undo the mount, undo the springs, remove everything, get these off, and then the pipe off of it, and then we're gonna prep the Fuel Moto pipe. And by prepping, what I mean is put anti-seize lubricant on the O2 sensors when we screw them in, put anti-seize on the larger O2 sensors. For the Fuel Moto has 2 different sensor areas instead of just an adapter. Interesting to note also, this is a stepped pipe that is stepped twice. The Fuel Moto is only stepped once, and I believe it has a larger outer diameter completely. If I remember, I'll try to take a picture side by side when I get this off of the header pipes and you guys can see them side to side. So I'm gonna put anti-seize on the flange bolts. And then, everybody always asks me what kind of exhaust gaskets I use every time I do an exhaust install. Most of the time the exhausts don't come with, to my knowledge, before this install, Vance & Hines was the only exhaust that I've ever dealt with that came with a flange, or sorry, not a flange, an exhaust gasket. Fuel Moto comes with exhaust gaskets, so you do not have to worry about which exhaust gaskets you can get, flat or tapered or whatever. You don't have to go buy them separate or order them separate or whatever. It comes with it. It comes with everything that you need. So let's go ahead and get this all off, and we'll prep the pipe and get her on. All right, so I went ahead and got the old one off. Obviously, off camera, I went ahead and installed the new exhaust gaskets. Side note, in the instructions, they actually say that you cannot use any different exhaust gaskets besides the Fuel Moto. I guess that they designed their own flange, head, whatever, the part of the header tube that goes in the flange, they designed their own style, and they designed their own style of like a flat type gasket, so don't get any different one, only use them. I went ahead and prepped the Fuel Moto headers, installed, we're using the stock O2 sensors. Since I do a tune, I don't have like a auto tune or like a Thunder header stuff, or not Thunder header, Jesus, Thunder Max. But anyway, went ahead and put the bungs in. They're different. A lot of exhausts will have one large hole and then they just give you a bung like adapter basically to make it smaller. These have 2 specific ones. They have ones for the larger ones and ones for the smaller ones. So pretty cool. And like I said, only stepped one time. This is actually going to be the rear header. Like I said, install the O2 sensors, install the flanges, which is just super simple. Just stretch them back over and put them back on. already prepped with anti-seize, used anti-seize for both of these, like I said earlier. Anti-seize on the flange bolts. Went ahead and prepped the front header as well. So now the next step is going to be to loosely fit these on. We're gonna go put the O2 sensors back on and plug everything back up as far as that. So it's just one less thing we have to do later. And then I actually did also install the bracket. It goes on the same as pretty much every other bracket ever, just these 2 bolts down here. Comes with its own bolts. And then the actual muffler canister is gonna sit right on this part out there. So let's go ahead and put the headers on, front and back, like I said, just loosely at first, just enough to kind of get them just lightly snugged up there. Then we're gonna go fit the exhaust canister on. And when we fit the exhaust canister on, we're actually gonna put anti-seize around the header pipes because it's a friction fit. The exhaust canister will be here, or sorry, the muffler canister. I don't know why I keep saying the whole thing is the exhaust. The muffler canister will be here. They're gonna friction fit and then use the springs to kind of hold them on there. So let's get her done.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
right, so the exhaust is on the bike. Let me know what you guys think. How's the sound comparison compare from the Fab 28 to the Feel Moto Jackpot? I think it looks pretty cool. I really like the way the Fab 28 looked a lot. This is definitely quieter. I'll see how it is on trips, and of course I'll let you guys know. Please like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Why wouldn't you? I'm the Riding Dad. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. If you have any in-depth questions or comments, Instagram DMs, easiest way to chat with me. I talk to you guys all the time on there. Check out all the links in the description, of course. And until the next time, guys, ride safe, have fun. Dad.